Good morning. How are we all doing today? I hope everybody has had a great last couple of days here. Welcome, one and all, to the show today. We are doing in multiple different directions here, but we are going to be having some fun here. We are live on YouTube. We're getting that slowly put together as it comes through, so please bear with us as far as that is concerned. We're also going to have on Spreaker later. Once the show is done, we'll have our audio copy of that going through. So we are really working on getting this going. Like I said, guys, over the last couple of days, we posted to Charlie Foxtrot Radio on Facebook. Make sure you guys go there, like, subscribe, do all that crazy stuff. We were making some big moves. You know, this isn't just going to be, and I said this at the very beginning on our very first episode that we did, this isn't just going to be coming on here, rambling over stupid stuff and making jokes and having some fun all the time, okay? We are going to be looking at different things, like I've always said, that gets pushed under the rug. At the same time, we're going to be pulling, entrepreneurs, small business owners, all of those types of things onto our program, onto our website, onto our Facebook page, because those are the people that need to have the light shown on them, because they are the ones that are really keeping everything going right now, okay? Yes, you got Walmart, yes, you got Amazon and all that stuff, and yes, of course, blah, 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 blah. But when you break it down to the fine details of it, it's the small businesses, it's the family-owned, it's the mom and pops that get it done. Okay, if you want my honest-to-God opinion about it, it is them. All right? So, that being said, make sure that you guys keep on track here, keeping up with us, keep on track with the website, charliefoxtrotradio.com. Make sure you keep up on the Facebook page, Charlie Foxtrot Radio. Okay? You're going to see a lot of things coming out, and I don't want to give out too much, but one of the things that we're going to be looking at, hopefully getting started in the next 3 or 4 weeks, is we are actually going to be going not only live out of our studio, but we are going to be live in Fort Wayne, Indiana on local radio station 3 days a week is the plan right now. We're still working on the fine details of that, but it is a go for beginning to mid-March. Okay, so that is going to be epically awesome. We're going to have some fun. We're going to shoot the breeze, have a couple of jokes, have a couple of laughs, see how much things we can make fun of for the day. So, all right, so bringing it back around. We have our first topic of the day. This is actually a really good one. This is a real feel-good moment. Okay, I wanted to get it started, something like that. Middle school fundraiser. They wanted to raise, for the homeless, because, that is a big thing going on. The homeless, there are a lot of homeless, there are a lot of people without, so you want to try and do what you can, okay? This is little middle school, okay? So little middle school girl goes, I want to get socks for the homeless. Great. It's cold outside. Want to make sure that they can at least try and stay warm. So, I want to get 200 pairs of socks, guys, is what she said. It's sweet. All the more power to her. Okay. By the end of it, there was 1,800 pairs of socks donated. 9 times the amount. That is the best feel-good moment in the world. That's something that small that they were able to. But we as a human race were able to do, It probably made them, that person, that homeless person, it probably made them feel ecstatic, to get a new pair of socks. because it's something that they probably go without. Okay. You try and help, as much as you can. But at the end of the day, it shows that if you teach kids the right way, they're going to do the right thing. Okay. I got me and the lovely missus. We got 3. Okay. If you know me personally, my family is, everything, and everything that we do here, try to better ourselves. Okay. But I got three little minions. They're, 2 preteens and a elementary school student. But seeing that, it's like, you try and teach your kids the best that you can. You try and teach them right, no matter what. At the end of the day, you try and teach them good, try and teach them right. Sometimes it really works. Other times, like when I was growing up, you gotta be a little bit thick-headed, and you gotta learn the hard way. But then you circle back around, and you're like, ah, crap, mom and dad were right. But you hope that at the end of the day, that is what happens. Okay. You hope at the end of the day, that's what the goal can be, is the success of the feel-good moment. So, that being said, so we opened up. So, and I think that's the best way to start off a show like this is, something feel-good. Something, to make you feel good inside. I know there is a lot of crap going on across our country, across the world. And if you have heard anything about us, if you have read anything, that our goal is to highlight the things that get pushed under the rug. This is something that would definitely have gotten pushed under the rug, given what we are going through right now in the United States. It's not good. We have the train derailments, we have the hazardous chemical spills, this, that, and the other, the balloons, all that. And I am not downplaying any of that in the slightest. But there are professionals, and you can, if you're later on, once we get the video up and going, you'll be able to see me do this a lot more. I'll put the radio air quotes around professionals, because there are quote unquote professionals that are out there to do it. Some of them really good, some of them really suck. Okay. And that's just the way that it is. And my opinion will be different than Jim, Joe, Billy Bob's opinion based on it. But I'm not doing this. I'm not setting this whole thing up. I'm not building this platform that we have here to tear people apart, to ridicule, to criticize. I don't want to do any of that. Okay. A smart man learns from his mistakes. A wise man learns from the mistakes of others. So I don't want to do that. I want to learn from somebody else's mistakes and mishaps so that I don't go down the same path. Okay. But this platform is to have fun, make jokes, talk about things that would have gotten pushed under the rug because of everything else that is going on. Okay. And if you guys want, I'll bring it up every now and then, these kinds of topics and conversations, just because it's going to be one of those that definitely there are issues that we need to discuss. There are issues going on that we need to discuss. Am I going to devote everything that I have to them? No, I'm going to give you the synopsis. I'm going to give you the basic understanding as I see it. Okay? Because my perspective is going to be different from everybody. Biggest thing that I learned when I was teaching that I tried to instill in my students was that when I'm trying not to force you to believe something, I want to give you all of the facts. I want you to lay them out in front of you, and I want you to make the decision. You are a human being with the rights and the abilities given from our good Lord to make your decisions on your own. Okay? So, of course, my opinions are going to be different. But I think we can all agree at the end of the day that having fun, needs to be top of the priorities. Okay? We got to have fun. We got to have a laugh. Okay? If you don't laugh in life, what's the point? If you don't try and have fun, what's the point? Okay? If you don't try and learn something, what's the point? Okay, I'm learning every day. Okay? I didn't go to school for any of this. I definitely didn't go to school for any of this. So, wow, where did we go with that? I have zero idea. Alrighty. So, moving right along. This is actually really entertaining here. The $2.04 billion lotto winner was revealed. Over $2 billion. Billion dollars. Somewhat. Okay, he was somewhat revealed. Okay. I think this is like the only one good thing that I agree with in the state of California. So, okay, so California man wins the $2.04 billion lottery just this last week. Okay. Comes forward, hey, it's me, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, California has a law that limits how much information is allowed to be given to the press regarding what is going on, but regarding who the winners are, I should say, and what is going on. So, name, the location that the winning ticket was bought. You know how they always say, oh, this is the location, this is the gas station at this address that has like the most winnings and all of that stuff. You hear that a lot. Okay. You have the name of the person or persons, the location that the winnings was bought, the date that they won it, and the amount that was won, or the installment program, whichever they choose to do. Okay, because you guys know, as well as I do, that you can take the full $2.04 billion after taxes, which is, like 900 million. I mean, yeah, only 900 million, I swear to God. You get so nonchalant when you say it. Or you can do the installments over 30 years, okay? To each their own. Frankly, I think I said this in another one too, that it's like, I have no idea, honestly, what I would do. I would hope I would be a good person. I would hope and pray that I would be a good person. But I really don't know what I would do if I was given, oh, here's over $1 billion that you just won, Charlie. I mean, it's insane. I can't even fathom the idea. So, but the person that won in this case doesn't have to show himself. We know his name, okay? But at the same time, there could be a bunch of people that have that name. Heck, my full name, even my first and last name, there are tons of people with that. Even one here in town. Okay, me and him always have issues. Never met the guy, but he and I always have issues with different things. But in California, you don't have to show yourself. Okay, I can't remember how long ago this was as an example, but guy wins lottery, another guy. Okay, it was not for nearly this much money. Okay, if that tells you how long ago it was. I think it was like 2013, 2014 at the most recent. It may have even been longer before that. Okay, but the guy had to come out in front of the cameras and everything to sign the check and all of that, or sign the paperwork and the documents to have the wire transfer going over. So instead of coming out and showing his face, he came out in a scream mask, the ghost face. Brilliant idea. He came out, but he didn't have to show his face. He found a loophole. I thought that was ingenious, just sitting there writing a check with the ghost face on. Brilliant, if you ask me. So I know I said that it's like, I have no idea what I would do, but I wonder what you guys would do. Okay, what would you guys end up doing if you were to win something like that? I mean, would you be charitable? Would you disappear? I've talked to a couple of people that have said those things, among others, but I really wonder what happens to these people. I'm gonna do some research here later on to see if things have changed, but I know back when I was in high school, back in my day, way back when, or as my kids would say, back in the olden days, is what my oldest would say when he was younger. You know, trying to refer to when me and the lovely missus were, you know, his age and, you know, a little bit older. It's like, dude, shut up. We are not that old. But there was a report generated, or like statistics generated, that anybody who won the lottery, like a substantial amount, because, you know, you can win the lottery and win like $50. Yeah, you know. But, you know, if you were to win like a substantial amount, like the hundreds of millions or the millions, you know, of dollars, that within 10 years you're bankrupt and you're starting over again. Okay, I vaguely remember something like that. I can't remember exactly where I was or what I was like researching or Googling at the time, but I'm wondering how true that stays to today. I wonder how true it still is. Or if it's gotten, you know, 15 years, 7 years, you know, don't know. But, I mean, that would be something interesting to look into, because a lot of these people, you don't ever hear about again. They just, like, go poof. You know, they keep a very low profile no matter what they're doing, and I commend them for that in the end. So, alrighty, so our last topic of the day. This one is actually, I just found this one just yesterday or the day before. This was actually really, really weird. So, article reads, first generation iPhone. Okay, so this is from the 21st, so this is 2 days ago. First generation iPhone. So, from back in 2007, one of the originals. Still factory sealed in its box, has sold for more than $63,000, according to LCG Auctions. $63,000. I was sitting here, I had to like read this article like 3 or 4 times. Okay. But it was, where did it come through? $63,356.40 is what this original first gen iPhone went for. Okay, the 2007 8 gig iPhone opened bidding earlier this month for $2,500. The Apple Relic was expected to go for $50,000, but sold after 27 bids on Sunday for $63,000 and change, more than 100 times the original price of $599. The iconic box featured a life-size image of the iPhone with 12 icons on the screen. It quickly became Apple's most successful product, forever changing the smartphone industry, and was named Time Magazine's Invention of the Year in 2007. We all know that, yeah, that changed the landscape for phones, okay? The article goes on about how the owner of the phone got it, and it's actually really entertaining that she got it and another phone, decided to use the other phone instead and just put it in a drawer. Never opened it, never touched it, never looked at it, just put it in a drawer. Come to find out, you know, oh, these things are going for a lot of money. Calls up her son, hey, is that still over there? And then, you know, going through. Boom. $63,000 later. Well, okay, probably like 40 because, you know, auction houses are going to take their fees. I can't even tell you how much those are these days. But it goes on, you know, talking about that. Finishes off, the first iPhone was introduced by Apple founder Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, on January 9th, 2007 at Macworld San Francisco. It included a 4 gig or an 8 gig space storage, an innovative touchscreen, you know, all those things that it's like we thought were like insane back in 2007 that we think is like prehistoric now. Okay. Almost 16 years old, the phone presents magnificently, showcasing sharp corners from front to back, rich color, and a case fresh features, the auction listing read. The first original iPhone in acceptable condition to hit the market since the record-breaking sale in October. A truly remarkable piece with great appeal to both collectors and investors alike, the auction listing added. In October, a similar iPhone sold for $39,000. So if you guys got any of these original ones, either whether it's sealed in its box still or open, you may want to have them looked at, okay? It finishes with other early Apple tech artifacts have landed in impressive prices at auctions, including an Apple computer prototype from the 1970s. So this, okay, you got my attention on that one because being like a techie nerd, okay, from the 70s that sold last year for more than $677,000. Okay, I couldn't justify spending $677,000 on a prototype, but I would not be opposed to trying to get it and trying to win it just for the pure sake of the history behind it and understanding, you know, what it was, what they were trying to do back in the 70s. I'm not going to deny that, okay? But just all these random interesting artifacts that you find when you go looking for them, okay? The kicker is that, like I said at the very beginning, we want to look at everything that's pushed under the rug, stuff that you're not going to normally find, that you're normally going to see. Okay, I want to be able to look at those. I want to be able to break those down in the end. Have these discussions, have these fun talks. You know, some are going to be great, others going to be a little more serious. But at the end of the day, when this is done, at the end of the day, we need to have fun. We need to do our best in this life to have fun. We need to do our best in this life to be able to keep pushing. Okay? So, that being said, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this little bit of shenanigans, all this interesting conversations that we've had today. We are going to be coming back to you live tomorrow morning. Okay, we're going to be coming back to you live. Hopefully we're going to be having our video up, but until that point, guys, we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. God bless.